Day will feel really nice, and then we'll start to dip down. Meteorologist Chris Michaels in for Elizabeth this morning. Good morning, Chris.
Hey there, guys. Good morning. Yes, a temperature roller coaster continues. We were in the 80s this weekend. Right now, Raleigh's at 65 degrees, but you see that colder air building toward the upper Midwest and the Great Lakes. That's what's going to dive into the area. Starting with today, morning commute doesn't look too bad, just a little on the breezy side. Low temperatures in the low 60s. By 10 o'clock this morning, we'll be in the upper 60s. Eventually finding our way into the low to mid 70s. So that's already quite a bit cooler than we've been over the past 2 days. It's going to be pretty breezy at times. It's one of the changes that this front is going to bring as it moves through. High temperature in the triangle in the 70s. Now, the farther south you go, the warmer it's going to be. Farther north you go, it's going to be cooler. So areas like Roxborough today, 68, Fayetteville, 78 degrees. Very limited rain chance. We had some showers in the mountains very early this morning. Those have since dissipated, but it's that rush of fall air that comes in on that gusty wind. I'm going to show you when it feels like November and when parts of the area could make a run at the 30s. It's coming up in my complete forecast in just a little bit.
5 minutes per mile? What in the world? She's not driving. No, she's running. That's so impressive. My goodness. Well, you don't want to run through this beautiful weather. Just soak it all in. We've got the sunshine there and some mild highs before the temperatures dip, Kat.
It's beautiful outside today. It makes Monday a lot easier when it's 76 degrees with full sunshine, right? It's been a beautiful day so far. Temperatures have been comfortable, but you're going to need your jacket or at least a sweater later this week. It always works out where we cool down just in time for the North Carolina State Fair. That starts Thursday. You can see the Ferris wheel is ready to go right by Dorton Arena. And the WRAL booth is going to be out there at the Dorton Arena as well. So, of course, come by and say hello. The first day at the State Fair trending a little cooler. We've lowered the highs, 62 on Thursday. And hello, fall. It's going to be a beautiful day. The layers are going to be needed. A cold front passage is arriving, and that's what's going to bring the cooler weather. It is going to be dry along the cold front tonight, but breezy, and then sweater weather is back as we get into the middle of the week. Low temperatures dip into at least the 40s at night. Thursday and Friday morning, we could be in the upper 30s in our more rural cities. So it's important that we start considering and talking about the potential for frost Thursday and Friday morning. No threats for that really Tuesday, Wednesday, or Saturday, but wedged in between as we get into Thursday morning, I've highlighted all the areas in blue that we're going to have to watch for some frost. So this is mostly north of the triangle and west of the triangle that would have that potential. Nobody is in the purples in North Carolina, or at least in our part of North Carolina, or the pinks. So this is not a freeze threat, but instead a frost threat. So with it being a light frost threat, you'll probably be okay to cover up some of your more sensitive plants, and they'll be able to make it through this. Patchy frost, 35 in Roxborough, 39 in Durham, 39 in Rocky Mount, 37 in South Hill, 40 in Raleigh, and 41 degrees in Fayetteville. It's really going to be chilly out there Thursday morning. And when we look at our average first fall freeze, that is in between October 21st and the 31st here in most of central North Carolina, a little bit closer to the end of the month in early November toward the coastal plain as well as the Fayetteville area. So it's almost that time of year after all. We're in the middle of October. As we look ahead tonight for your dog walking forecast, 4 o'clock, 71 degrees. By 8 o'clock, 59, and dipping down into the 40s tomorrow morning. We're not going to be in the 30s though. 46 in Raleigh as well as Durham, 42 in Roxborough, 47 degrees in Fayetteville tonight. And tomorrow temperatures are going to be much cooler than today. 67 for Fayetteville, 64 in Raleigh, 63 in Durham as well as Rocky Mount, and 59 for the high tomorrow in Roxborough. Sweater weather is here with us. Over the next 7 days, here's a preview of what to expect. We see that big temperature dip. Temperatures stay cool through the rest of the work week, and then once we get to the weekend, we get a little bit of a warm up again. For the third weekend in a row, we've got a dry forecast with warmer temperatures in time for the weekend, but not as warm for this upcoming weekend. Instead of hovering around 80 like last weekend and the weekend before, we're just going to be back in the 70s, but all around a beautiful fall week. Just a small chance for rain tomorrow night into very early Wednesday morning. Jeff and Renee.